welcome to my channel. Yeah, I'm always gonna have a marker until I figure out how to use my editing software. Honestly, it's eluding me. So I'm still spinning and wanted to share something that I learned because, well, a couple things that I learned, I guess. I like to spin barefoot. I have to feel the wheel. It's just my preference. If I spin with shoes on, it's just gonna end up like a gnarled mess. So here I have my little box. This is my roving box. It's just little. This is not all my roving. I actually put the rest of my roving, I braided it up and I put it in one of those slide under the bed totes. And I actually took some of my merino wool and I tied it in a little knot like this big, and I put cedar, lavender, basil, and another essential oil on it, so it'll keep moths away and bugs away and anything that would hurt my stuff. That box is now smelling all like that, and it's good. So I gave some wrong information, and I didn't know it was wrong at the time. So a diz, which is these things that will control how much fiber goes through, are not used as a cheat like I thought they were. I mean, I'm sure you could figure out a way to use them as a little like fiber cheat, like, oh, I only want this much fiber to come out. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. But honestly, it's easier with your hands. So I'm just going to be using mine for, this thing is apparently a wraps per inch. So if I get 6 wraps per inch, then it's going to be this kind of fiber. And honestly, I thought this came with what kind of fiber, like DK, sock yarn. Like, I thought this would say it right on here, but it doesn't. So I'm probably going to mark the exact opposite side with what these lines all mean, because that was kind of disappointing. I mean, that's just something that was disappointing to me. I am going to take out my hand lotion because I am going to show you a little bit about what I want to do. So I've found this process way easier with the pre-combed top. It is way easier to spin with top than it is with a rolag or whatever. I would spin with a rolag. I'd probably be fine spinning on a rolag, but if you're a beginner, you might want to get some top. Amazon has them for cheap for like 26 bucks. You can get like a merino wool silk blend, and that's what this is. So I took the time I separated the rest of this, but I kind of want you to see, because this is my blending board, this is what I'm going to use to, like, you know, this is what I use. It's one of my tools. So this is what I do to make it easier on myself. So there is something called drafting, and there's a set fiber length, okay? So like this length I cannot pull apart because it's too close together. My fingers are too close together. So if I move my fingers a little bit out, look at that, I can start to pull it apart. And this is what drafting is, okay? So all these little fibers that I have on my thing in circles are all pre-drafted. I did this already to them, but I'm going to do this to these pieces just to show you. So once you get used to, I'm gonna put it here. So once you get used to doing like how far your fiber is, and you can make an actual like cardboard piece, you can cut a piece of cardboard and cut it the exact length of where you're pulling on this specific fiber to make it easier and attach it to your wheel. People have done that. I've seen that actually a lot. Or you could just remember how many inches or however you're measuring in your head. Or you could feel it like other people do. Some people just feel it. Me, I'm getting to know this specific top, so I'm getting to know that me being about a finger length apart is good. See, like one finger, and then I can start pulling it apart. And then one finger, so then I want to grab at the end of where my finger was and start pulling that apart. And I want it thinner because the thinner you make it, the thinner your yarn's going to be. If you make it too thin, it will break, but you can attach. Like, see here, it's going to break. So I'm just going to go like that. And then I'm going to attach this to this when I'm spinning. And it's pretty much how you add all these together on the wheel. You would just add it, just overlap it with some of it and let the spin travel down. And everybody uses all these fancy words, but I don't know what I'm using. I'm just using me. Spin, rolag, I don't know. I'm just making my own little pre-drafts here, but pre-drafting is awesome because then you have it all there and you can kind of zone out and have less issues further on down the line. Yeah, I would probably get to the point. Amazon, shut up. Sorry about that. So I'm probably going to get to the point where, probably pretty soon actually, where I can just feel the yarn. Like, see how this is kind of bunched up? It's kind of bunched up and it's not straight. And I don't have a wool comb or a hackle yet, which my hackle I will be buying from Good and Basic. Since I got my wheel from them, it's pretty good. He said it would be fine for this kind of stuff, so I'm sure it will. So I'm pre-drafting. So like when you draft even like this little bit, if you can get to spinning, right, and I'm gonna spin this up just for you to look at. If you can get to spinning fiber, that's really fine. Like this, not the top part, fine. Like this fine right here. Then you can get into luxury yarns and all that, and your yarn will actually look way prettier, especially when you go ahead and ply it. And plying is putting maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 8. I've seen 8 ply, 8 of these on its own bobbin, and you reverse the wheel and spin them all together onto one, and that equals one yarn, but it's going to be like multiple fibers on one yarn. It's like insane. So hopefully eventually I will get to that point. I just wanted to show you that this is what I've been doing when I'm not mixing my own stuff on the carding cloth that I have. And sometimes I'm picking out the colors, like picking out the blues and the purples, but sometimes I'm leaving them mixed together because I kind of like them mixed together sometimes, and there's certain parts of the yarn. I don't know what this is. I think this is paper. Yeah, I don't know how I got paper in here. I think Opal was playing with it. I don't know. We're just gonna throw that over there because I have to vacuum tomorrow anyway. So this is how thin I'm making it. So if you twist it, you can see how thin it's actually gonna spin up on your spinner, on your wheel. So I'm just gonna pull and pull and pull, and I kind of want to pull this part, so I'm gonna go a little bit. Okay, so this is what I've been doing. And for all of you that can like spend your money on luxury yarn, and oh, that's great, that's all well and good, but some of us can't afford it, so I decided to take it upon myself to make my own yarn, and it's honestly going to be cheaper. I will probably buy luxury yarn every once in a while when I get gift certificates or birthday money or something. But other than that, I plan on being very self-sufficient when it comes to my knitting from now on. Bernat baby blanket I'll probably buy, maybe still. It's pretty good and soft and all that good stuff. So this is a pretty good start. So I'm going to leave that. And this is all, like all that is from one chunk of this that's about this long. So I took about a foot of this and I turned it into all that. So it's gonna last me a while. I hopefully will fill up this whole bobbin, and then I'm going to get another color from the same company, like maybe a green or something, maybe the pink, and I'm gonna spin that all up, and then I'm going to ply the two together, and I'll have a 2-ply yarn that'll look really cool and funky. Okay, so I'm going to leave it to you, and when I get my hackle, I will be making a video of that, because the hackle is what will turn your fiber into this instead of actual rolag, which is that little, you know, like the fibers might be mixed up, they're not really combed that well. It's just gonna it's gonna come through way better on that and be straighter and all mixed evenly, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the hype is. Yes, this wheel is too purple. I'm going to change the color. I actually got the wrong paint, and then I had some car issues, so I will be painting this lilac, and it will have black roses on it. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. As soon as I go to the store tomorrow and get the correct paint. All right. Namaste. Love you all.